My name is Lisa. I'm a single mother living with my very cute and energetic daughter, Madison. Although we're not wealthy, thanks to Madison's personality, we lead a happy life.
Mommy, we have to go to daycare soon or we'll be late. I've already got my backpack on.
Okay, just a moment. Checking the window locks and the gas valve. All right, all set. Madison, sorry to keep you waiting.
It's okay, Mommy. I've already put on my shoes.
Wow, you're so good at getting ready. All right, let's go. Just like this, Madison and I spent our days cheerfully and energetically every morning. However, even though I'm happy, there is something that bothers me. That worry is,
The lunch here was cheap and delicious. Oh, but since Lisa is a poor single mother, it might have felt quite expensive for you.
it didn't feel expensive today.
What's with that response? I went out of my way to invite you, so you should be grateful.
I am grateful. Thanks for inviting me. She is Nanais, a fellow mom. Nanais always makes comments about me being a single mother or poor. And she constantly has an overbearing attitude, insisting I should be grateful for her kindness. Honestly, I was exhausted by her behavior, especially since she would corner me after every meal to say something. When I got home, I found Madison happily playing with my mother.
Oh, Lisa, welcome back.
I'm home. Thanks, Mom. Madison, were you a good girl?
Yep, I was a good girl because I promised Mommy.
Good girl. I'm glad you had fun.
Are you okay, Lisa? If there's someone you don't like, you don't have to force yourself to go out with them.
I had often shared my complaints about Nanais with my mother, so she knew the situation well. Because of this, she always worried about my interactions with my mom friends. As I was thinking about what my mother had said,
Hey, Lisa, I've booked the Kusuka Inn for the week after next, so make sure to keep your schedule open.
"What? The Kusuka Inn, you mean that famous hot spring inn? You managed to get a reservation?"
Yes, I did. You've been through a lot, and you need a break sometimes, right? Your father also said you should take it easy for a while. It's just the two of us, but let's go together, okay?
Dad said that? I'm really happy about it, but there's Madison to think about.
Mommy, it's okay. I can stay home by myself just fine.
What? Stay home by yourself.
I'll be playing with Grandpa, so don't worry. Bring me back a souvenir, okay?
Thank you. All right, I guess I'll go.
Great, it's decided then. Madison, Mommy, and Grandma will bring back lots of souvenirs for you.
My parents had planned this hot spring trip to take care of me. I was very touched by their thoughtfulness. On the day of the trip, I left Madison with my father and headed to the reserved inn with my mother. On the way, I received a call from Nanais.
Hello, Lisa. It's Nanase. The food here is absolutely delicious.
Huh? The food here. Are you having lunch with everyone?
No, silly. The food in the hot springs are just perfect. It's a high-end inn after all. Amazing.
Oh, I see. I'm glad you're having fun.
It's my first time at such a famous hot spring inn, and it's so wonderful. Such a luxurious inn is way too good for someone like you, Lisa.
What? Nanais, what do you mean by that?
I heard from Madison. You're staying at this inn today, right? It's so rude to keep it a secret from your mom friends.
Wait.
A poor single mother like you staying at such an inn is just ridiculous. So, I'll be staying in your place today.
Wait, does that mean you're in the room I was supposed to stay in?
Bingo? Correct. So, you don't need to come. But make sure you pay for the room.
But my parents arranged this for me.
I don't care. The inn would be embarrassed to have someone poor like you staying here.
That's not true.
Oh, but it is. You're just too uppity for a poor person.
Why would you say something like that?
Who knows? Anyway, I'll be staying here today, so make sure to cover the bill.
Nanais hung up the phone after saying that. Just the thought of my much-anticipated trip being ruined made me want to cry. When I explained the situation to my mother, her usually gentle face turned very stern. However, she told me something important. Then, she contacted someone and drove us straight to the inn where Nanais was staying. When we arrived at the reserved room.
Oh, Lisa, you're here. I just finished eating the high-class meal. I'm so full. I can't eat another bite.
Excuse me, are you Nana set? What exactly are you doing in the room I reserved?
What do you mean? I was just eating a meal here.
It's unbelievable that you would come to a room someone else reserved and do something like that. It's incredibly rude.
What are you talking about? This isn't the kind of inn that people like you should stay at. It's outrageous for a poor single mother to stay at a high-end inn I've never even been to.
Nanace, if you dislike me that much, why don't you just keep your distance? So why would you go out of your way to do something like this?
What are you saying? It would be so sad for you if I kept my distance.
So, it's not sad for me that you ruined the trip I was looking forward to with my mother?
Think of this as a fee for the trouble of being friends with you.
What? No one asked you to be my friend.
Listen, single mothers are nothing but a nuisance in this world.
Enough. What are you saying? The real nuisance here is you.
Why don't you mind your own business, old lady? I'm talking to Lisa right now, so don't interrupt. Oh, why don't you have some of the snacks over there? I already took a bite out of them.
You better stop while you're ahead. Do you really think you'll get away with this?
What can an old lady like you do? Stay out of this.
Are you sure you should be saying that? Do you even know who my mother is?
The mother of a poor single mother, right?
I am the chairwoman of Sukuato Corporation.
Wait, did you just say Sekuto Corporation?
My mother is a major client of your company, Nanace. In reality, my mother is the chairwoman of a large company called Sukuato Corporation. She dislikes wasting money, so she usually dresses simply and only buys what she needs. Therefore, she looks like an ordinary grandmother. When Nanace learned the truth about my mother,
Your mother is the chairwoman of that big company. Are you kidding me? And how do you know where I work? I never told you, Lisa.
We know everything, including that you've been organizing wives gatherings and cheating left and right.
What? I haven't been cheating. I'm too busy with housework and childcare to have time for that.
There's plenty of evidence. Still want to deny it?
Perfect timing. As expected.
Wait, who's that handsome guy?
He's Noah, a detective. I hired him to investigate you.
What? You hired a detective to investigate me? How dare you?
I wanted to know what kind of person was making my daughter unhappy.
Are you sure you're not mistaking me for someone else? I've never made Lisa feel bad. I always invite her to mom friends' tea parties and make sure she has a good time.
Inviting her and spending time with her? How patronizing can you be?
I'm just being considerate. Stop accusing me.
Do you really think that kind of talk will work? You kept calling her poor and a single mom. You've been looking down on Lisa. Who do you think you are?
Who do you think you are? Just because you're the chairwoman of Sekuto Corporation doesn't mean you can act all high and mighty.
Of course, I'm worried because my daughter is having a hard time. If you're a mother, you should understand that. And what's wrong with being a single mom and poor? How does it inconvenience you? It doesn't. What's wrong with raising your child with all your might? Stop talking nonsense.
my mother was furious with Nanace. Seeing this, Nanace,
What the heck is going on? You're scaring me.
Oh man, you've really made the chairwoman angry. How foolish.
I've never seen my mother this angry before.
What are you saying, old lady? Are you having menopause or something? Why should I be yelled at like this with you screaming like a lunatic?
Thank you very much, but my menopause is over. Do I really look that young to you?
That's not what I meant.
I know. But if you're going to say such things, maybe you're experiencing early menopause?
How dare you say such a rude thing?
I just repeated what you said back to you. If you find it offensive to hear, then don't say it to others in the first place.
Shut up. I don't need a lecture from you.
Of course you don't, because you're the one making others feel uncomfortable.
What do you mean by that?
People remember the good things, but bad memories stronger. Especially with mom friends, it's the worst. If you think about the children, it's hard to speak up bluntly, isn't it?
Everything I've said to Lisa is true. So if she feels bad, that's her problem.
You're the one who doesn't get it. That's completely your problem.
But out, you have nothing to do with this. I'm not going to cater to someone with such a negative attitude.
Enough. If Nanase isn't fired, we'll cancel our contract with your company.
Nanace, having been told by my mother that she would cancel the business contract.
Why should I be fired? Don't bring mum-friend disputes into work matters. And you, Lisa, act like a proper adult with a child and don't hide behind your mother.
Didn't you hear me say shut up? I came here to have a relaxing trip with my beloved daughter after a long time. You ruined it, and I won't forgive you for that.
You're rich, aren't you? You can come back anytime.
My mother is going on a long overseas business trip next month. She won't be back in Japan for a few years. So if we miss this opportunity, we won't be able to come here for a while.
You do realize that the position of chairwoman isn't a leisurely one, right?
Isn't the chairwoman practically retired?
You have no idea. She advises the CEO, deals with external and international contacts, and oversees company management.
Someone above the CEO isn't idle. How are you going to make up for ruining this rare hot spring trip with my daughter?
Nanace, I can't understand how you can do something like this and think it's okay. Freeloading like that, it's just unacceptable.
It's just that your idea of normal is different from mine.
There's no point in talking to you anymore. Keep saying whatever you like.
Will you be satisfied if I get fired? Even if I lose my job, I can live on my husband's salary, and I'll just get rid of the evidence of my affairs.
Oh, I've already given the evidence photos to your husband.
What? Did you show them to my husband?
Yeah. He's already decided to file for divorce and demand alimony.
Nanace had assumed her affairs were hidden from her husband. However, her husband had already received the evidence photos from Noah, the detective. Upon learning this fact, Nanace.
Why did you have to meddle and tell my husband? Why did you do that?
Why wouldn't I tell him? I already explained why I hired the detective.
But divorce and alimony? That's too much.
Nanace, you shouldn't underestimate my mother and Noah. This is your own fault.
You should have told me your mother was someone important from the start if she was.
Why? My mother's job has nothing to do with mom friends.
That's not the point.
By the way, we'll also be filing a report about what you did at this inn.
What? Why?
Of course. You ate all that gourmet food and didn't pay for it.
But that was supposed to be.
Neither my mother nor I ate a single bite, so we're not paying. Think of it this way, you ate what someone else reserved.
Would you allow someone to enter your home and eat your food without permission?
Of course not.
What you did is exactly the same. We won't pay a single yen.
But I can't afford to pay for such an expensive inn. Lisa, she's your mother. Convince her to drop this.
No way. You brought this on yourself. You deal with it.
If you can negotiate well enough with the chairwoman, maybe she'll let it slide. But that's unlikely.
So what am I supposed to do?
Not my problem. You got what you deserved. Good luck with your new life in poverty.
Nanace found herself in a dire situation.
This is terrible. If my husband divorces me, I won't be able to survive.
You've been working, so you should have some savings.
I spend my salary on having fun, so I don't have any savings.
I'm shocked. You bragged about having a good position at a great company.
That was just a lie. I said it in the heat of the moment.
And yet you had the nerve to call Lisa poor? How petty can you be?
You should have avoided relationships based on appearances from the start.
Lisa, please, help me explain things to my husband. Without my husband's income, I can't survive.
Then get a job. Everyone lives like that.
I know, but I have so many credit card bills and other expenses. It's impossible.
The more I hear, the more shocked I am.
Chairwoman, please forgive me. Just don't let me get fired.
That's impossible. I have no authority over another company's personnel decision.
Then Lisa, please help me. If you get my husband to call off the divorce, everything will be fine.
You have some nerve. You did this to yourself.
I can't do it alone, so I'm asking for your help. Please, Lisa.
Do it yourself. I'm done with you, Nanace. I won't have anything to do with you anymore.
That's impossible for me.
In the end, Nanace was divorced by her husband and had to pay alimony. Her company lost several major contracts due to her actions, causing significant damage. Besides that, her work attitude had been terrible for a long time. Her colleagues even called her a salary thief, and this incident led to her being fired. It seems she was destined to be fired regardless of my mother's intervention. Nanace also had to pay for the expensive meal at the inn, which she covered by taking out a loan. With the additional alimony payments, she quickly found herself in debt. The friends she thought she had in her mom friends gatherings quickly abandoned her. Thus, Nanace lost everything except her debts, never realizing the small joys of daily life, and led a miserable life. As for me,
Lisa, Noah, there's no need for you to see me off at the airport. Will you be able to pick up Madison on time?
Of course. Mom, take care of yourself.
All right, all right. Noah, please take Lisa out from time to time.
Got it. Leave it to me.
Thank you. Well, I'm off.
Thanks to my mother and Noah, I was freed from the troublesome mom friend and peace returned to my life. I continue to have meals with other mom friends, and everyone gets along well and has fun. Later, I found out that other mom friends also didn't like Nanace. They didn't know why she was no longer around, but no one seemed to care. In kindergarten, daycare, or school, the children are the main focus. However, sometimes interactions between moms become more about maintaining social standing. To ensure that the children have a good time, parents don't need to force awkward relationships with each other. Realizing this anew, I decided to avoid unnecessary socializing in the future. As a mother, I will continue to face various challenges and raise Madison with lots of love. If you enjoyed this video, we'd be thrilled if you subscribed to our channel. Subscribing means you'll receive notifications for new videos, keeping you in the loop with all our latest content. Your support is vital to our growth. Let's enjoy and grow together.